Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, we're looking at the Shimmer tier list, the updated one. This is until 3.4.22 and the previous one was like 10 months ago for the PvP. But recently, my past video, I just posted the PvE one, the updated Shimmer tier list. You can go check that one out. So for this one, it's purely for PvP content. I'll be separating this video into a few parts, which is Reso 0, Reso 2, and also Reso 6. I'll be going through the PvP content we have in the game, which is Knockout, Triple Threats, Beat Bout, and Point War. This will be the main 4 content because like warm-up match, there's like, I don't know, the previous warm-up match is like so long ago, so I don't want to put warm-up match in the consideration. So I'll just be gonna put them in my own perspective, like based on how I play them or based on my observation how other player play them. Alright, so the first one is gonna be Unas. So Unas here, I'll put it somewhere strong to good, but I'll put it at good is because like his AP push will actually get countered by Yuhime, which is a Esper that will be used very frequently in PvP content. Unas used to be very good in Triple Threats, but after they changed the leader buff, then it won't be that good anymore. But I won't say it's like at haha tier. I'll put it at good tier is because in terms of speed, like the base speed itself, Unas can actually outspeed a lot of Esper. So like in Triple Threats, even though she don't have the speed leader buff anymore, but it's a very good unit for you to put as a, let's say Sienna as a speed leader buff, and then Unas for your AP pusher in a PvP team because his base speed still provide one of the fastest base speed in the game. Then for Tever here, I'll put it somewhere at haha at good at R0, maybe at haha for PvP content. Like before Tever reaching any high reso value, I don't think Tever have a very good value in R0, like in PvP content. Then for Raven, I'll put it at good tier. R0 Raven is pretty good for speed cliff comp, especially for Triple Threats, but most cases when Raven is at low reso, it won't have that high value. Then for Champion, I'll put it at strong. Like even at R0, Champion have the best buffer you can provide already, especially in Triple Threats when you are very lack of Esper to use, then Champion will come in handy. But it's not really that high priority because Champion R0, when you're using PvP, most likely it's going to be Speed Cleave, and Speed Cleave is pretty hard to use in the meta of Dislyte now. Then for Anna, I'll put it at somewhere good to strong here, but I'll still put it as strong or maybe at good tier for PvP. Between here, right? Overall, I think I'll put it at good here. It's a very annoying unit for lower tier, but when at higher tier you'll notice that Anna is no longer that strong, but overall I'll still rate her at good instead of strong. Then for Nusi, it's at good tier as well. They buff her stats, they buff her damage, but overall at R0 the value doesn't change too much. Cecilia, I'll put it at haha tier because in terms of revive, we have Phantom Sister or the other Esper that can do a lot more better revive at R0, so I'll put it at haha tier. Then for Jiang Jiuli, I'll put it at somewhere highest priority to strong. Between these two, really depends. Like, but I'll put it as strong for now. Maybe I'll change my mind when I'm doing the other Esper. But for now, at R0, I'll say Jiang Jiuli is as strong, between highest priority and strong. Petros at R0 value, he actually have the highest priority. Let's assume that you have all the Shimmer, right? Then he have the highest priority because he already worked perfectly well at R0. It's all you need is one copy for Petros to actually work, and he counters pretty much a lot of Esper like Mavis or Esper that relies on healing, because he also block healing, he block like all his invincibility as well, he blocks a lot of things. So Petros is a very strong unit. And now with his buff, he can actually crit in at his all his skill, so he can also bypass Chuyao's Spirit Aegis. Then for Wuyu here at R0, also highest priority. With Wuyu, it can actually help you unlock the defender team in your PvP journey. Iki as well at R0 is actually all you need to make Iki work in PvP content, especially if you make Mavis combo. Zihe as well, R0 is all you need to make a Zihe comp. Like Zihe can be used in any kind of team comp because the damage absorb to help you damage absorb for your teammate. The stone is very annoying, the petrification, the healing Zihe can provide. the damage taken increase, the damage reduction, everything Zihe can provide is very strong even at R0. Then for Tolan, it's also at the highest priority. 1 copy is all you need to make Tolan work, especially if you're doing using a team that you want to take the first turn first. Then for Moriyama R0, I'll put it somewhere strong to the highest priority, because at R0, Moriyama won't work that well. Moriyama needs like the R1 to actually be very strong, because the AP push, or else Moriyama base speed is so low that even everyone in your team take the action already, your Moriyama won't even take an action. Then for Everett at R0, even though it's at 3 Esper, but R0 Everett doesn't bring any value. Then for Mingsho, R0 doesn't bring any value to PvP as well, because they require more Reso. So the only part I would debate is maybe Jiangjiu Li, is it able to go to the highest priority or strong tier now? Is between these 2 tier. But overall, the rest at R0, this will be my own priority. Now let's take a look at the R2. Right, then for Reso 2, I will start saying Jiangjiu Li have the highest priority if everyone is at R1 for your Shimmer Esper. Jiangjiu Li R2 effect actually have the highest priority for PvP content, because now your Jiangjiu Li demon mode, when he kills someone in his demon mode, he can absorb 30% of their attack into himself, and also that target cannot be revived. So for certain content or certain situation, the cannot revive effect will come in very handy, and the 30% hit attack absorb will be very strong. So you're starting to snowball Jiangjiu Li's attack once you have his R2 effect, and once he kills someone in his demon mode, then his attack will just keep going higher and higher, and every time his jump will getting higher damage as well. Then for Xuanpin, I would say Xuanpin R2 here is at good, because the stun in the PvP content doesn't matter too much. Most likely you're gonna have immunity, or maybe you have like Feng Shun to nullify the stun, or maybe you have you don't even use Xuanpin, because most likely in speed clear comp, you don't really need the Xuanpin R2 already. Most likely it's just S3, and then maybe some of your Esper just do damage. Then for Nusi R2 here, I would say somewhere strong. It's like a Paper Talisman reduction, won't consume, and then something like that. It doesn't make too much of a difference yet, so I will still say good. Anna R2, I will start saying Anna R2 is pretty strong. Like every time your teammate get hit, Anna also will counter attack, which makes Anna pretty strong in certain team comp. Raven R2 effect here will help reset Raven S2 effect. It is a very strong effect, but in speed clear comp it doesn't matter too much. Overall, I'll still say that good. Then for Una's R2 effect is an attack up boost. It's something good to have, but I won't say it's something too strong. So I will say somewhere good to Haha at R2 Unas. Then for Cecilia, I'll still say that Haha. Then for Taver, I'll say that good, because now Taver can start having a higher damage now, because you 100% crit. You can bypass the Chuyao Spirit Aegis. You can also one-shot Suizai, depends on your PvP comp. Also the range, like if you're at lower tier and you're facing Suizai, you can use Taver to one-shot them. Okay, then for Tolan here, also have strong tier because of the CD reset, but if you're using Tolan at R2 in PvP, then your PvE you can't use Tolan anymore. Then for Iki at the highest priority, because it will make Iki rotate his passive a lot more consistent. Even though he dies, he goes into invincibility, then he can trigger his Avatar counter attack to regain his stack and just keep on rotating his waxing mode. Then for Zihe R2 here, also have the highest priority. It makes your Zihe a lot more tankier when she goes until Stone Steady mode. Then for Moriyama, highest priority as well. When you have R2 Moriyama, then you'll start seeing Moriyama shine. Because of the AP push at the start of the combat, you get attack up at the start of whenever he casts his S3, will make his attack a lot more higher damage. Then for Wu Yu here, I will stay somewhere strong to highest priority as well, but I'll put it at highest priority because the damage increase on Wu Yu is very strong. Then for Petros, I'll put it as strong. Like the R2 effect on Petros is pretty good, but it won't affect too much, so it's somewhere strong to good. Then for Everett, I will still say it haha because Everett needs the R6 effect, and Mingsho as well, I'll put it R6 needs the R6 effect. So this will be the Reso 2 tier list for the Shimmer Esper for PvP content only. Then the next one we'll be looking at is the R6. Alright, then now we're looking at the R6 effect of the Esper. So if that R6 effect is very strong to that Esper, like getting the R6 effect will have a new changes, or definitely a whole new changes, then I'll put it at the highest priority, or else I'll rate it around strong to haha. Okay, the first one, Jiangzhuli, personally for me, I would say is the highest priority, because with the R6 effect of the demon mode, he can always go back into the demon mode every time he die. It's a 2-turn demon mode, so if you can't kill him within his demon mode, then whenever his demon mode ends, which is 2 turns of demon mode, then he'll regain his demon mode passive, and you kill him again, then he'll go into demon mode. So the rotation will be, without demon mode, you kill him, he go into demon mode, then he have a 2-turn cooldown. So within these 2 turns of demon mode, if you can't kill him, then his demon mode will get refreshed and regain the demon mode and just keep repeating. So if your team doesn't have a damage high enough Esper, for example like Moriyama to one-shot Jiangzhuli, or maybe you don't have Esper that can dispel shield, because why Jiangzhuli in his demon mode is so tanky, because he have a shield getting refreshed. So for example, Armor that can dispel shield, or maybe Fushi that can ignore shield, or maybe Esper like Nora that can dispel shield. This kind of damage, if you don't have this kind of damage Esper in your team that have high enough damage to kill Jiangzhuli, then he's basically immortal, can just keep refreshing his demon mode and just keep jumping on you. So in my opinion, Jiangzhuli R6 actually have the highest priority in PvP content. Then for Tolan, really depends on do you think you want the speed from Tolan, because Tolan passive will give you another 30 speed if you're at 20 speed if not mistaken, if you're at R6. So if you want to take the speed the turn first, then Tolan R6 is needed. But if you don't want to take Tolan turn first, then Tolan R6 is not needed. But personally for me, if you are just a PvP player, then Tolan R6 is actually a pretty good unit to go for, because you no longer need to afraid that you get outspeed. Then for Ana R6, I'll put it at good tier, because Ana R6 give you 10% AP push whenever the Rainbow Shield trigger. But if you keep getting AP push too often, you actually get countered by Yuhimi very easily. And Ana, to be honest, I would say R2 is where you should actually stop her, because R6 doesn't change too much of Ana key. Ana is still being Ana even you get R6. Then for Taver here, I would say good as well. Is a pretty niche unit for you to use to kill certain Esper. For example, Suizai is you can use Taver to counter Suizai very easily, but in most cases it's actually a pretty niche unit for you to use. So I won't say Taver is at strong tier, I will say Taver is at good tier. Then for Raven, I would say it's at strong now, because with R6 you can and the speed leader buff getting changed, Raven can actually apply the defense down first and then cleave the enemy team. But Raven need to have a combination with Nusi or other Esper that can protect Raven a lot, because or else most likely your Raven is going to cast S3, S2, then she died by getting counter attack. So you're going to need a very protective Esper, like let's say Wunlock R6, or maybe Lien, or maybe Sakura, to have a gift to provide Raven a very strong protection area. Then for Nusi R6, I would say the highest priority, because when Nusi get the R6 effect with the shelter buff and the immunity provide, and every time this effect will get applied when Nusi take her turn. So it's a very consistent effect, because she'll take her turn very consistent, you're gonna build her very fast, and then she's gonna apply immunity for all your ally and also the shelter buff. So if with that change, Nusi is actually one of the strongest Shimmer Esper for protective wise. Then for Shenpin, R6 effect I would say is haha, because it doesn't benefit in your PvP, like the shoulder buff, all these things is about long term. And that kind of buff is more benefit in PvE content instead of PvP content. Then for Unas here, I'll say haha as well, because at R6 Unas in PvP content, it's kinda impossible to let you stack up the 200 speed, and the speed doesn't matter too much in PvP. And in order to apply the haste buff to your ally, you're gonna need crit, and every time you crit, you're gonna AP push your team. So if you hit me, if enemy have one you hit me, then your Unas actually get counter, and you hit me can just get free counter every time. Then for Cecilia here, I would say the highest priority as well at R6, only if you have R6 Cecilia, the revive actually come in very strong as well. Okay, maybe not highest, maybe as strong, somewhere here, but personally I put it as strong. I don't use Dislyte R6, I don't have her. Based on my observation, I think Dislyte is somewhere at strong tier at R6 instead of the highest priority. Then for Petros R6, I don't think there's too much of major changes on Petros, but overall I will still say Petros is actually a very good unit with the effect, especially at R6, to limit the enemy healing, all those things like buff sharing, all those things. It will limit the enemy team a lot because of the buff of the healing, everything else. So I'll say it's strong tier. Moriyama R6, I'll say a strong tier or highest priority as well, but with all the effect, especially at R4, the warrior reborn that can apply on Moriyama is actually broken, because Moriyama basically have a second health, and as long as his S3 can slash you again, then he can regain his own health. Then for Wuyu, I would say highest priority as well, because now Wuyu only need 5 stack to trigger her breakdance. Then for Zihe, it's a highest priority as well for the R6 effect, because double S3. Double S3 means double stone and also double damage taken increase and damage deal reduce. Then for Iki here, I will say somewhere strong to the highest priority, depends on your usage, but personally for me, I would say Iki is at the highest priority as well, like they are the main DPS Esper. Then for Everett and Mingxuo, Everett, if you have him at R6, he have the highest priority, but he is a free Esper, you're gonna get him R6 anyway. Then for Mingxuo, I will say somewhere strong to good. But personally, I really like Mingxuo. I use Mingxuo a lot in my point war content, but sadly it can't be used in beatbout. So I will just say Mingxuo R6 is at good tier, but he can actually cleave a lot of the Esper here. But first thing, you need to outspeed the enemy, and then the enemy team must not have Petra. So with a lot of limitation of getting set up for Mingxuo, so overall I'll say Mingxuo is at a good tier, somewhere good to strong, but probably I'll just judge him at good tier. So this will be the Shimmer tier list Reso 6 part for me. You can feel free to comment down which part do you guys agree with the part, or which part you guys disagree. You can just let me know as well. So also let me know what is the reason about it. Maybe you think Anna is should have a higher tier. You can also let me know as well. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment down what you guys think about it, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is JenMP, Skyelk, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwaltz, Rimu, Choni, Antonio Winterspoon, Ilm Cregrin, Calamity, Rocco Senzions, Jordan Alons, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest 10. Thank you so much for Code Wardeners, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Choni. Thank you so much for your support.